When I was 19 and 20, getting ghosted was the bane of my existence. It would happen to me all the time. And it was honestly because girls just didn't take me seriously. And they didn't take me seriously because I didn't understand the 3 hidden reasons why women will ghost you. And I'm going to break down every single one of these in this video so you can avoid making the same mistakes that I made when I was just learning how to get good with women through trial and error. What's going to make this video different than every other red pill video that will break down, oh, this is why she ghosted you? I'm going to give you real examples on things you can practically and tactically do to make sure that you don't make these mistakes again. The first hidden reason why girls will ghost you is because they can tell that you care more about their opinion of you more than you care about your own opinion of yourself and getting what you want from the interaction. I'll give you some clear examples for these in a second, but women don't want a guy that cares more about her opinion because she's just a person. She has insecurities just like you. She takes a shit in the morning just like you do. And so she doesn't want a guy that's always bending over backwards to make her feel good, to spare her feelings. And there are a few key things that guys will do over text and in person that are subtly seeking validation that will ruin the interaction for you when she thinks back on it later. And this is actually what's causing her to go. She's sitting at home. She's like, oh yeah, that was okay. And then the more she thinks about it, she kind of picks up on these things after the fact, like, oh, he did this thing, he did that thing. And so here are a few things that you might be doing that are causing this validation seeking trigger for her where she's picking up on it. One, you might say some edgy things over text that are funny, but you break the tension with a haha, LOL, laughing face emoji, like those kind of weird emojis that you do to make sure that it's a safe text and to kind of play it safe. So maybe I say something like, listen, I could tell you were so fucking into me when we were talking earlier. You could just say that with a period. End it with a period. It's a fine text. It's good. It's cocky. It's funny. She's going to be like, oh my God, no. Like, it's not like that. Or you could say that with a laughing face emoji at the end. And maybe we can like show an example for this, but you can literally see the difference in vibe. One is I'm saying this ballsy, bold shit and I'm afraid of how she's going to react. So I'm going to put the laughing face. So you kill the tension with that. Or you get really, really addicted in person to her reaction to you giving her validation. So maybe you give her some validation initially. You go, hey, I thought you were really cute. I wanted to meet you. That's fine. That's bold, confident. It's all good. But the problem comes in when you start doing it a lot. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Your eyes are so pretty. And she's smiling. She's giving you good reaction. She likes the attention. She likes the validation. But you're addicted to the validation. You're not addicted to making plans happen. You're not addicted to spiking emotions. You're not addicted to being who you are and authentically communicating and having the most grounded, relaxed energy in the interaction. And so you lose the frame because you care too much about her validation. You might also on a first date escalate physically too much. Physical escalation doesn't matter. Women get turned on in their minds. So if you're not turning her on in her mind and you're constantly touching her, even if she's really okay with it and she likes it, she probably will be like, oh, well, I wasn't really that turned on. I wasn't really that excited. And you think that because you're touching her, you're turning her on too. You're just turning yourself on, bro. So you want to focus on creating tension in your interactions, in your dates, over text, and not breaking it. The second hidden reason that women are ghosting you is you are inconsistent with your vibe and your energy. Maybe you are initially very confident and she gets a very, very good impression, right? She kind of decides in the first 2 or 3 minutes, oh yeah, I would definitely give this guy my number, right? So she gives you the number, but maybe at 5-6 minutes into the interaction, you lose your frame because you get nervous about asking for the number. Maybe you ask for the number in too of a approval seeking way, right? So you might say, oh, is it okay if I grab your number and maybe we can grab coffee sometime? That might seem innocent, but it's not on par with the bold open that you did earlier. If you open in a bold and assertive way, hey, excuse me, who are you? Yeah, I'm Tim. You're so fucking cute. You're exactly my type. What's up? And you start talking to her in a very bold and confident way. And then you switch up with, hey, like, is it okay if I maybe get your number? That's way less confident, way less assertive. And so that inconsistency tells her you were actually not as confident as she thought you were when you initially approached. So she'll give you the number because she kind of already made the decision in her head. I like this guy. Oh, this is confident. I like it. But then she changes her mind later because she realized, oh yeah, I did kind of switch up in the interaction. And this gets even worse if you do a lot of these first mistakes as well, like breaking tension over text with the laughing faces, the ha-has. You don't get straight to the point and set up the date. You're afraid to break rapport or bust her balls, make fun of her, right? If you're afraid to spike emotions and tease her, which by the way, I have videos on this channel on how to actually tease. And if you want my exact frameworks, you can apply for coaching down in the description. But there are a few key ways to tease girls in interactions that will allow you to go from a guy that women don't really take seriously to a guy that's consistently the entire time in his frame, in his masculine energy, and very dominant and assertive in the interaction. That's what women are looking for. They're not looking for the most Giga Chad guy. They're looking for the guy that doesn't change and he's very consistent in the interaction. That is what makes it so hard for girls to flake on you if you have that consistent energy, because they're like, oh, this is real, right? Anyone can fake some confidence for 30 seconds. It's very easy. You go up to a girl, hey, what's up? You like play a character, right? Anybody can do that. But it's very hard to actually, in your day-to-day life, be a confident person, which is why in my coaching programs, I have guys make a genuine transformation to become a more confident and social person, not just learn some lines, learn some tactics, figure out how to have the best first 2-minute interaction, because that doesn't lead to actual results. It just makes you feel good, makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, but then she ghosts you. You don't ever end up on a date with her. Maybe you get on a date, but she's not really that into you. She doesn't chase. She's not super attracted to you because you haven't made that fundamental core transformation to your behaviors in your day-to-day life, and that's going to show up. Women are so socialized and so in tune with this shit, man. They can really tell. Like a girl can look at you and in half a second, she can tell by your mannerisms, your micro expressions, all of these things, how confident is this guy? And women see this before you approach as well. If you're doing this thing, and then you go up to her and you're very confident, that's inconsistency. Women might give you their number, but they will not end up on a date with you unless maybe they're a little desperate, you're exactly their type. But it's really going to be more up to luck, and you don't want that. You want to be able to choose the girl that you want from options that are interested in you, not the other way around. The third reason you might get ghosted is you think she ghosted you before she actually ghosted you. Sometimes, if you just let a text sit, she's just thinking about what to say. Now, this probably isn't happening for most guys watching this video, but it's a very common thing once guys start going through my programs. They assume because they're used to getting ghosted that the girl's ghosting them. But actually, the girl's a little nervous. The girl's doing the thing that you do. When you get a text, you don't know what to say. She's asking her friend. She's sitting in the group chat. What do I say to this guy? What do I say? How do I text back? What's the right thing to say here? She's doing the same shit as you. This is where collaborative dating and collaborative attraction, men and women actually coming together and really, you guys are both attracted to each other. You both are a little nervous. There's some awkwardness, and you need to be the one that is okay with that. There are a few texts you can actually send if you feel like she might be ghosting, but you don't want to come off as needy. There's a couple of things you can send. One thing that I really like from Alex Playing with Fire, you can check out his channel too, is if you're too nervous, I totally understand. That's great because it puts you in the frame of, oh, she's nervous, right? You can also say if she actually flakes on a date or, she's not following up leading up to a date, you could say, honestly, I didn't take you for the flaky type. Those two texts are very powerful because they will get an emotional reaction, and they're not needy. They're not butthurt. Just saying genuinely, I genuinely didn't take you for the flaky type. It's just being real with her. It's not saying, not this passive aggressive, very kind of bitchy, I didn't think you'd flake on me. I thought you were different from other girls. That's super fucking weird, bro. That's super weird. You don't need to be acting like that. But what you do need to do is you do need to test in a non-needy way. And this is a very good way to do it. Because sometimes the girl gets busy and then she's like, oh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. And then she gets a text like, oh, if you're too nervous, I understand. And then she's like, oh, fuck. Well, he thinks it's okay for me to be nervous. So now I'm going to text back, oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, yeah, let's meet up this week. And this will happen a lot more if you dial in your first initial approach. If you dial in that first initial approach and the first initial texting, you have that consistency we talked about through this video, this will actually start to happen a lot more for you. All right. If you want to apply to work with me, down below in the description, there's a link to my coaching application. You can apply to work with me one-on-one. I also have group offers. There's many different tiers of coaching that I can offer for different guys. So just depending on your situation, if you submit the application, it'll send you to the right one for you. All right. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.